comfortable when I don't know what I'm facing.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Carrie Michelle and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to switch it up a little bit. We are going to have a story time. Yes, a story time. So I'm going to use this time to reflect on a memory that happened in my life that is memorable, that is crazy, something that doesn't happen to normal people. Well, I'm normal, but just something that doesn't normally happen every day. This story time is going to be very different. I don't normally do story times. This is kind of new for me, so bear with me. I am still learning a lot about YouTube. I'm learning a lot about lighting. I'm learning a lot about my setup. We're actually in my bedroom. I'm on my bed, and normally I have backdrops or some type of wallpaper up, but I'm like, you know what? Why not just have story time on my actual bed? That would make sense. If you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Like, why are you not subscribed? Like, literally, let's talk. Like, we need to address that. Like, you literally need to stop what you're doing. Pause this video. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. If I get to 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. Something light though. So like, I'm like, now it's nothing, too much. Just a little thank you for following me, for supporting me, and yeah. So anyway, the story time is a crazy one. I know you guys may be really confused, like, what in the world? What is she talking about? How did she almost kill her brother? Huh? I know it's crazy, but it is true. This is not clickbait. This is not just a random story I made up. This is literally true, legit, and real. Okay. So if you want to know how I almost killed my brother, then stay tuned. Remember, subscribe to my channel. So a little bit about me, just a little backstory before I get into the actual story. I went to school in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So the school that I went to was Oral Roberts University. It was just far away from home. Like, I live in Delaware. I live on the East Coast. And even thinking about going to Oklahoma was just like not even heard of, especially just again with there. When I was in school, I rarely came home only because I'm so far away from home. Like, who's about to be spending like hundreds of dollars just for a few days? I mean, because we'll have like fall break and Thanksgiving break, and I mean, spring break is a week, but still, Christmas I had to leave because they closed the school down. But once I get my education, I'm going back home. So I didn't really see a need to rush home, only because, I mean, for what? Like, so I purchased my car in 2015, and that kind of changed the game because I have a car now. So it's not as expensive because, I mean, on average, I would be paying like, how much was those tickets? Like $800 for a round trip? So during the summer of 2015, I drove home for the first time with two of my friends, two of my close friends that I met at ORU. I mean, it was a good time. So it set me up for driving back because I knew I had to get back. The guy I was dating at the time, he ended up staying in Oklahoma for the summer, for summer classes, which I don't want to talk about that. I didn't have anyone to drive back with me. So I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, the summer's over. I had a summer job. It was time to go back to school. Classes were going to start really soon. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I was really close to my brother, and I just told him, like, hey, like, you want to do a road trip? And we've already been doing road trips that summer. We just kind of already been in that, like, driving mindset. And my brother was always down for, you know, any type of adventure. Let's go on a road trip. It's going to be so much fun. Like, we've been doing it all summer. Like, why not? Did I even save money? I don't even think I saved any money. And it's in the summer. Oh my gosh, I think I blew through my money. I don't know, but I was broke as a joke. And I literally only had enough money just to get there. So I bought this plane ticket, had enough money for gas, and we just went on the road. So we leave that Thursday, and we leave around like 2 in the morning. Mind you, money was really scarce. Like, I don't even know how I paid for gas. Like, God was really with us because I don't know how we made it there. I packed my car, I packed my bags, and it's time to go. We get our gas, we get our coffee, we get our breakfast, and we hit the road. On the way there is when it kind of gets sticky. I drive first, and my brother makes fun of me because when I was driving, because I can get into music a lot, I wasn't really holding on to the steering wheel. So he only let me drive for 2 hours. And I'm like, all right, fine. Like, he's protective. So I'm like, all right, so I'll let you drive. You can drive, that's fine. And I just slept. I wake up, I ask if I can drive again. He lets me drive for 2 more hours. We've been driving for probably about maybe like 10 hours now. So we're halfway there. At this point, we're like in the middle of Kansas. I can tell my brother was getting restless, but he's a trooper, he's a fighter, and he's like, we gotta get there, we're not stopping. I'm sleeping, it's 12 o'clock, and next thing you know, my brother wakes me up like, Michelle, do you hear that noise? And I'm like, still fog rain, I'm asleep. It's like 12 o'clock at night and it's pitch black. I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere. It's barely any cars. It's just crazy. So he looks at me, he's like, do you hear that sound? And I'm like, no, what sound? Literally, as soon as he said that, the car starts to slow down and it starts to like shake. It starts to literally sound like a grinding noise. And like, so I'm looking like, I cannot believe what's happening. Like, what's happening to the car? I only have liability. I wasn't in full coverage. I don't have roadside assistance. I have an '03 Camry, y'all. Like, I'm not putting nothing into that. So when that happened, the first thing I thought to myself is like, what am I going to do? It's 12 o'clock. My brother is like tired. I'm asleep. We didn't have any money really for food. We barely had money for gas. It was crazy. So we get out the car, and I'm pretty sure you know what happened next. And I did not believe my eyes, y'all. My tire had exploded. Like it was nothing left. Nothing. It's 12 o'clock in the morning. We are in the middle of nowhere. Literally. Like Courage the Cowardly Dog in the middle of nowhere. I did not know what to do. So my brother looks at me and I look at him and I'm like, okay, I think I have a spare. Let me go check my trunk. When I tell you I had bags of stuff, I had bags of stuff. Like my car was packed out with stuff. Trying to get to my trunk or trying to even get to like where my tire was like a disaster within itself. So we finally get to my tire and there's bugs everywhere. Like I can't. Like to this day, it's so vivid in my mind. No food, 12 o'clock, no roadside assistance, and even money. I did not know what to do. And normally I'm a problem solver. I handle things well. I had no idea what to do. So we finally get my spare tire. There's bugs everywhere. It's freezing cold, and there's trucks literally going to like demolish us. It was so dark that no one can see us. When the car is just shaking, and I'm just like, they don't even see us. We don't have enough light, and these trucks were going like 80 miles per hour. Like these trucks were going so fast, like we could have died. It was terrible. So we finally get the spare tire, and thankfully my brother knew how to change one. So we scrambling trying to find anything to help get the tire off. I don't have any type of emergency kit in my car. I don't have jumper cable. I didn't have a jack. I didn't have anything. So my brother finally found like something to unscrew the bolts. And when he tried, the bolts were stripped. So if you don't know what that means they didn't have a grip because the bolts were circular. So the wrench wasn't catching the shape. I don't even know where we are. I don't even know who to call first. Like, where's the nearest tow truck? I didn't know what to do. But God is good, y'all. My brother, he didn't have his phone at the time, so he borrowed my mother's phone. And my mother's phone had roadside assistance. What are the odds that we have a phone that's not ours? This phone does not belong to us. And it has roadside assistance on it that we did not know about. We called AT&T and they were able to help us. They finally get to us We show him the phone. The guy was able to take off the bolts. And he was able to put the tire back on. Still hungry. Still tired. But listen, if we were not motivated at that point, we were motivated. We finally get there. And the guy I was dating at the time, we ended up staying at his apartment with his friend. We are exhausted. We are so tired. And we still don't have food. We still don't have money. And not to mention, my brother traveled all the way, y'all. This man had kidney stones. So if you ever experience kidney stones, you know that it's not fun. It's nothing to play with. And it hurts like crap. Like literally, he was in the hospital a week prior. We're literally waiting for his kidney stones to pass. So mind you, he's driving literally 20 hours because I only drove like 4. I didn't feed him. We barely was drinking anything. The car was packed. We were under a lot of stress. And he got no sleep. And this man had kidney stones. That's nothing to play with. So with him having this, like, I still didn't even feed my brother. Like, that man was dying slowly. Like, it was, wow. Like, he sacrificed a lot just to take me all the way to school. Anyway, we finally get to Oklahoma and we're hungry. So I had zero, like literally, I had like maybe $1 in my account. I had no money. I was broke as a joke. So we get to Oklahoma. We finally do, and I'm like, all right. But we have not eaten anything. We're tired. We're exhausted, and sitting in the car for 20 hours is not the look. Like it's not it. It's not it. We barely had gas. So we get there, and I only have $1 in my account. So I'm like, you know what I can do? So I'm like, all right, let's go to the bank. Because I couldn't even get gas. I couldn't even get gas. My car was on E. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was waiting for my check to come in from my job that summer, waiting for financial aid to come in. He didn't have any money. I didn't have any money. Like, we were broke. We had nowhere to go. It was terrible. I had no one to really ask. It was just bad. We could have got something wired, but it was going to take too long. I don't know. And his flight was going to be the next day. It was terrible. So I have $1 in my account. I'm like, you know what? What if I... No. I had an actual dollar. I had $0 in my account. Zero. I'm like, what if I deposit $1 into my account through Bank of America and withdraw $35 and do an overdraft fee? I was finessing. I'm like, all right, I'm finessing. At least I have some food. I had no food. We had nothing. He had kidney stones and it was hot. When I tell y'all it was like 90 degrees, when we got there it was scorching. It was so hot. I go to the bank. I put my $1 in. As soon as I put my $1 in, I try to withdraw money. And it said, due to insufficient funds, we are not able to process your transaction at this time. So now I'm out of $1. I'm out of $1. My $1 is gone. That's it. So now my last $1, we could have got some peanut juice, some chips, something, some Doritos. We have nothing now. I scraped to find change in my car. I had nothing. My brother's over here suffering with kidney stones. It was terrible. So, this really popular place in Oklahoma called Steak and Shake. And I try to go to Steak and Shake. And when I go to Steak and Shake, we order. But when they swipe my card, they're like, oh yeah, this is declined. I'm like, acting confused. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, your card is declined. I'm like, we literally sat in the parking lot with no air. Because I had no gas for air. No money. No food. I felt so bad. My brother was in so much pain. Like, that night we just came back and drank water and slept. Like, it was terrible. And I wanted him to stay longer, but listen, he was ready to go. And I don't blame him. But to this day, like, I could have killed him. That's it. And it would have just been my fault. I'm thankful and I'm blessed that it could have been worse. We couldn't have had that phone with the roadside assistance. We couldn't have had a place to stay. I could have ran out of gas completely and stopped. That was a crazy story. Like, yeah, let me know, what was one of your favorite or one of your craziest memories of driving on road trip? Did you almost kill a family member too? Or am I the only person out here killing family members?
He deserves it all, with the praise and the glory. He deserves it, yeah. With his time and effort in the end, yeah. And it be worth it, yeah.